This programme is really important to us because it directly supports the emotional well-being, self-esteem and development of young people.
I think from my viewpoint, it starts with children. It's about empowering children and giving them a voice, and it's a conversation starter.
The way it's helped me is I think it's taken so long to accept myself. It's 38, and if we can do that a generation before and not go through all the trauma and high and self-criticism, we can only make things better and easier, because life is hard, and we're going to make it a bit easier if people believe in themselves and believe that they are more than their body and their appearance. So I wish that I had something like this when I was younger.
To me, I think it more involves just spreading body positivity around school and just making sure everybody feels good the way they are as a person, instead of insecure and negative about their own bodies, and just how everybody's perfect how they are.
The impact for us has been absolutely massive, and one of the real differences that we found with the Body Positivity Project is that this is about a whole change in school culture. So it's meant for us that students have met with Molly kind of on a weekly or monthly basis, and they've really drilled down into the work that they've done. We've shared staff CPD sessions that in turn has then led on to parent workshops. It's really meant that in terms of this project, it's been a holistic approach which has impacted our whole school culture.
Especially with the Year 7 boys, there can be some really unkindness and banter. And since the workshop, I've seen boys stop and think about what they're saying, or afterwards coming up and saying, I really shouldn't have said that, and shaking hands and explaining. It's just a change, a really small change, but it's having a big impact.
Small things can lead to bigger things in the end. It's the butterfly effect. One small thing can cause a really big thing in the end. And with enough work and enough people, that can lead to a really big change.
We've seen it definitely be a conversation starter for our settings, where our body positive champions and body positive advocates have really kind of instilled that kind of conversation, so that we across kind of lunch times, break times, we've seen children referencing those key themes, also across kind of our collective worship as well. They've been great starters for us to kind of build upon as well. So whilst we've had the workshops, we've also been able to kind of feed that into other opportunities for children to continue that conversation, which has been really empowering.
The students have absolutely loved the co-facilitation part, and I think that's one of the best bits about the project, that it's given them that confidence to lead on something that they didn't know that they could lead on in the first place. In terms of aspiration for students, that's been incredible. I think the leadership skills that they have gained have really opened their eyes then, and even with things like careers that they didn't think would be an opportunity for them before.
I'd say a peer advocate is we're all a team, so there's loads of people in year 10, and we all work together to encourage body positivity around the school. Around the school, we have made loads of body positivity posters that are encouraging students to feel good about their bodies, and we also had sessions with each year group, each tutor group, so we could get to know them and start to talk to them about body positivity as well.
I feel very excited, and I was proud of myself that I was actually speaking for people, not just for me, but for everyone who's going through some bad stuff because of bullying. And so I felt really proud and happy to speak up for people. I felt nervous at first, but then having the older students right there helping us was actually good, made me feel safer.
I wanted to get involved because I don't think bullying and stuff like that are nice, and when people like to comment about other people's body, it's just it can impact someone a lot. So I wanted to help out and try and stop it. My idea was to make a bullying box, which is a box where you take a little card and then you put your year group on the top, and then it's anonymous, so you don't have to put your name down, and then all the ones that are actually serious, we like hand them to whatever year leader the year is in, and then we leave it so the year leader can sort it out. Yeah, we've actually had many problems like solved out because of the bullying box. People are more happy in school and they can actually talk about their feelings without being hated on by like so many people because they've snitched or something.
It's different from a regular lesson because most of the time lessons are like not really opinion based. You don't really get opinions. You just do the work, off you go. But in our sessions, you've got like a lot more opinions. You can like speak freedom about our bodies. Yes, I am really a change maker, and I am ready to do whatever I can to make sure that everyone else has not force, but like understands it just as well as me.
What I like about being a Body Happy hero is that most of the people in our group are my friends, and me and my friends get to learn about all different body facts, how to take care of our bodies and how to respect our own bodies and others.
One of our students that currently work with you at the moment, she was quite anxious about doing work experience and then reaching out to people that are not inside the academy. The one thing she just say was the confidence that she's getting is actually she can talk to people and everybody is the same and everybody has a positive outlook on life. So her finding her work experience was really, really tricky at the beginning of the year, but actually she's managed to do that and she feels so proud. She's actually going to be working on the shop floor, and she said working obviously with you has helped her, and she said that when she goes and works on the shop floor she'll be more confident to talk to customers.
Their self-confidence has grown so much. They held their head up high around the school now. There was some that were more introverted that now want to have conversations with me, and they'll say, "Miss, I've got an idea about this. Can we talk about that?" And it's brilliant. You can just see that, and they wear their badges with pride as well. It's amazing to see their confidence grow so much.
My social anxiety is like a major factor around what I can do and what I can't do, and I kind of pushed myself through my limits to do this, and I feel really proud of myself for it.
When I look at individual children, so the children that have undertaken workshops and engaged with this programme, I've seen huge kind of development in self-esteem, self-worth, leadership presence, and self-belief in themselves, which is massively important because we're trying to make a difference for each and every child. More wider than that, it's been a really engaging way for all of our children to be able to have that conversation about their own self-worth.
That I shouldn't be mean to my body, and that if you be mean to other people, then it'll make them feel bad. I've learned about how never judge anyone's body because everyone's different in their own ways. People can be unique, but they're all people and they all have amazing bodies. They pick a card and they read it out loud to the assembly.
And then the assembly copies out the phrase, so it could be something like, "My body is my home."
I think it's kind and it's an inspirational phrase to others to respect others or respect their own body.
I feel like that can also be like representing how words can be spread by just one person, even if it is a child, because one person says it, then it could be spread and then everyone could go saying it, and that can also be for bad stuff like rumours and stuff, and stuff that sometimes isn't so positive.
I definitely think one of the things that has been a huge outcome for us following this project has been a review of our school uniform policy. It's really important to us here that student voice is listened to, and it's listened to really carefully. What this project has done is it has enabled us to hear the voices of students that might not necessarily have come forward first. It does mean that we have made some minor tweaks, and I think that all of our students have been really happy with these. In turn, it means that they are now more confident coming into school.
Personally, it's had a really positive impact on me because it's led to people feeling really better about themselves, and just the actual nature of it is just like really kind.
I learned a lot of things, and one of the things I learned was that people should respect other people's body even though we have like, because we're all humans and we have different shapes, we're all made of different sizes and stuff. And I think if we like learn to listen to people more and then respect, because respect is one of the most important things, and yeah, it will help everyone.
This programme is going to allow us as a school to really move forward in terms of future and legacy, because tokenistic kind of one-off activities or sessions are not going to kind of combat this issue. It needs to be invested in, and actually with Molly spending time and I say at the ground level where it needs to be with our children, because by undertaking the work with our children first and foremost, and by strengthening their kind of presence and influence with their peers and across the school, it's going to have a much more long-lasting impact. And in terms of the sessions that they've undertaken, which have been really inspiring, really engaging, and that's going to be feeding through to the rest of our children, for years to come.